Good afternoon, all. Today we are starting a new chapter, hydrocarbons. Till now we were discussing about inorganic and physical chemistry chapters, but you have two chapters which are organic chemistry based. So one of them is hydrocarbons. I hope you all might have studied about basics of hydrocarbons in the previous classes. So, what are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are hydrogen and carbon containing compounds. The name itself tells us what all are the elements present inside the hydrogen and carbon, and they are set of compounds with different type of properties, and that makes the hydrocarbons differ from others. So where actually we can see the hydrocarbons in our daily life? That's the first question. So hydrocarbons play a key role in our daily life. Without knowing, many of the substances which we use in the daily life are combined of hydrocarbons. So from the LPG and CNG which we use in the daily life, the liquefied petroleum gas which we use for cooking, and the other gas which we use, the compressed natural gases, from this to the polythenes or polymers which we use in daily life. Most of them are formed by hydrocarbons. The polythene, polypropylene, polystyrene, which we use for the utensil covers, the hard plastics, the pipes which are used for the construction, even clothing. So other than the daily life application, hydrocarbons are also having a lot of applications in the industrial field also. Maybe in the field of pure chemicals, in the industry of textiles, dyes, paints, everywhere we can see the part of hydrocarbons. So higher hydrocarbons are used as solvents for paints. What is this use? What is the use of solvent? So when we dilute a substance or a chemical, usually many of the chemical does not dissolve in water. So we have to use different type of solvents to dissolve particular compound. And there we use the hydrocarbon which as solvent. So they are also used as starting material for the manufacture of many dyes and drugs. So dyes are any substances which are giving color. So that kind of substances which are used in the textile industry, maybe other construction field, everywhere we use dyes. And for preparation of dyes, we need the starting material which are hydrocarbons. And even in the field of drugs they mean the medicines. So medicines which we use in the everyday life, most of them are having starting material as a hydrocarbon. From hydrocarbons, we form different type of drugs. So this is an introduction for hydrocarbon, and we are moving on to the classification of hydrocarbons. So first, hydrocarbon is classified into two: the open chain type of hydrocarbons and closed chain type of hydrocarbons. So open chain, from the name you can understand, they are long chains. They are not type of cycle ones or anything. So closed chains are just opposite of that, because here we can see ring type of hydrocarbons. When we see examples, you will be clear about it. So open chain system is classified into two categories: saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. So here also you can see a word acyclic. Acyclic means ones which are not cyclic. So the classification is between saturated and unsaturated. And saturated hydrocarbon are examples are alkanes. So they are single bonded long chain hydrocarbons like this. So they are having single chains in between. They will not have double or triple bonds in between, and they will be long chains. We cannot see ring type of structures in that. We can see just long chains. And when you write example, you can write any of this, one of this as an example for alkane. So next is unsaturated alkenes or alkanes. So they are nothing but when we have a double bond between any of this or triple bond between any of this, then we can tell they are converted to unsaturated form. So these are saturated form, unsaturated will look like this. So they will have a double bond in between. So anywhere in the bond, if you see double or triple bonds, you can say they are unsaturated. They can be alkenes with the double bond or alkynes with the triple bond. So this is an alkene as it is a double bonded compound, and alkynes we tell when it is a triple bond. So they are the two classifications of open chain system, the saturated and unsaturated. Next classification of the hydrocarbon is of closed chain or cyclic structures. So word cyclic, we can understand it's a ring type of structures. So alicyclic compounds and aromatic compounds. So alicyclics are type of compounds which are cyclic in structure. So the same open chain structures, when we write it in cyclic form, we get alicyclic compounds. So here we have seen propyne. For example, I am taking propyne. So with the 3 carbons, one long chain structure, we wrote propyne there. And when we write alicyclic compounds, see here it is written cyclopropyne, 3 carbons in a cyclic form. So the same compound in cyclic form if we get, we have to write cyclopropyne, and they are alicyclic compounds. Here it is written cydo, you have to write cyclo. And you can write any of these examples for alicyclic compounds. So they are given cyclopropyne and cyclobutane as example. Another category of closed chains or cyclic structure is aromatic or arene structures. So aromatic are different type of compounds which is having their own property. They will not be similar to that of alicyclic or unsaturated or saturated compounds. These three are actually having similar properties, but aromatic will have different type of categories and properties. For example, we have this type of structures like the benzene. Benzene is an example for an aromatic compound. They are hydrocarbons, but they are not forming structures or they are not showing characters of other hydrocarbons like alicyclic, unsaturated or saturated compounds. They will show different type of properties and reactions. That's why we have categorized them into aromatic structures. Here only in this structure also if you see, this is actually 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons are attached to it. But we don't call it as cyclohexane. There are just 6 carbons but we don't call it hexane. It is a benzene structure. So they will have different names, different characters and different type of reactions that we will study later. So that's all about the classification of hydrocarbons. You have to write the structure and one examples for each of them. So now we will study about the first category of classification, which are saturated hydrocarbons or alkanes. So alkanes are single bonded long chain compounds starting from one carbon to infinity. So alkanes are saturated open chain hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon single bonds. So without double bond or triple bond, if we see, you can write it as a alkane. For example, we have the first alkane in the category, which is methane with just one carbon, and the structure will look like this. So one carbon and all the valencies of carbon is satisfied by hydrogen. So we get CH4. And how we get next alkane from this compound? So next alkane is involvement of 2 carbons. So one more carbon group is added to this part by substituting one hydrogen. Then we will get the next alkane there. So replacing this hydrogen with the CH3 group, we will get the next alkane, which is CH3CH3 or C2H6, which is known as ethane. So ethane with the 2 carbon atoms is known as the second alkane. And if we want to get the next alkane, what we have to do? Substitute this hydrogen with another CH3 group. Then one more CH3 will come here. So totally it becomes C, C and C. So CH3, CH2, CH3. Then C3H8 will be the equation for that. So like that, if we substitute one hydrogen with another CH3 group, like that if it continues, we get all the alkanes. And you have to remember is that if you see a double bond in between, not between carbon and hydrogen, but between carbon and carbon, if you see a double bond or triple bond, then it is not an alkane. So those will be unsaturated ones, not alkanes. So the first alkane, which is methane. Methane, when we substitute one hydrogen with CH3 group, we will get ethane. So substituted part is in the box. So one hydrogen was here, that was replaced by CH3 group. So if we substitute this hydrogen and form one more CH3, then we'll get propyne. 1, 2, 3 carbon, C3H8 will get. And if we substitute this also, we will get the next one, which is butane. So CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. That is the butane compound. Like that, we can continue as much as we want. So now the question is, without writing the structure, can we guess the number of hydrogens attached to carbon? Yes, we can. So that is what we are going to study now. There is a trend for number of hydrogens and number of carbons attached in an alkane. So CH4, C2H6, C3H8, C4H10, there is a pattern for this. And the general configuration or formula for alkene is CnH2n plus 2. So with this formula, you can write any of the alkane without writing the structure. You just need to know what is the number of carbons involved in it. So just by knowing the number of carbon, you can write the number of hydrogen and write the whole formula. For example, the first alkane I am considering, CH4, the methane. So methane is having one carbon in it. So 1 is the N, and number of hydrogen equation is 2N plus 2. So hydrogen is equal to 2 into number of carbon plus 2. So 2 into 1, 2 plus 2. It becomes 4. So that we know CH4. Next is C2H6 where we have 2 carbons. So there how it will become. So 2 into N plus 2, and N becomes the number of carbons. So here in the second compound N is equal to 2. So 2 into N is 2, 2 into 2 plus 2, that will become 6. So that's why we got C2H6. Like that you can calculate any of the compound formula just by applying this equation if it is an alkane. So next we will see the structure of CH4, the basic alkane. This we have studied in the previous classes also. So CH4 is having a tetrahedral structure. This we have seen in 3D when we studied about the structures of compounds, and they were having a bond angle of 109.5 degree, and the carbon was in sp3 hybridized state bonded with the s orbitals of hydrogen. That's how we got the structure of CH4. That's all about CH4. And now we will see two common characters of alkanes, which the first one tells us about the bond length. So in alkanes, the tetrahedra are joined together in which the carbon-carbon bond length will be 154 picometer and carbon-hydrogen bond length will be 112 picometers. So that's a common trend in case of alkanes. Another factor is about the hybridization. So carbon-carbon and carbon-hydrogen bonds are formed by head-on overlapping of sp3 hybrid orbitals. So because it is an alkane, there are no double bonds involved. The sp3 hybrid orbitals will be formed in case of carbon, and they will be attached with the s orbitals of hydrogen through head-on overlapping. So that's how bonding is done in alkane. With this we finish the topic alkanes. So please prepare notes with reference to the textbook, draw the structures and submit it. And you have a work to do. So find the formula of alkane with number of carbons 8, 12 and 14. So what is the formula of alkane with 8 carbons, 12 carbons and 14 carbons? So do this also and submit it. Thank you.